Hello everyone. I posted on my Instagram saying if people would like to see how I write a song. I'm feeling motivated today to write a song, so just some quick things with how I write. You can tell by the audio it's not great. It's because I put it through my phone. I don't have a crazy setup. I just got my guitar and my notebook. Sometimes I use GarageBand. Shout out to Apple. But I have a couple of chord progressions that I like to go to. You're able to tell that a lot of my earlier songs, the ones that aren't as good, I go G, E minor, D, and sometimes C if it needs to be longer. And then if I want it to be a little bit more fun or upbeat, I'll play in the key of E. And with the G, E minor, D, I move those around a lot more because I know how they work a little bit better. And so I'll sometimes, if it's a sadder song or more solemn song, I'll start with an E minor. And then if it's a more happy song, sometimes I'll even start with a D. But my main focus is, depending on how my throat feels, I change the key of the songs. So that's just basically how I start it. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, I'm really feeling like writing a song. And if you ever want a song written about something that you're struggling with, DM me, text me, let me know, and I can get it done pretty quickly for you. If you have a Bible verse that's been sitting on your heart, then I can turn that into a song if you'd like. Just whatever you need, I'm here for it. Now, writing a song, this is where the more difficult part comes in for most people. Let's say I use the key of E. Most of the time, it takes me about 3 or 4 tries to get the chords down because I don't really know what I'm doing. I was never really taught guitar, and so I just kind of play what works for me. And so sometimes I will sound a little bit rough on the guitar during my recordings, and I gotta retry. Sometimes I just give up because I'm already on my 5th or 6th try. But let's use the key of E, for example, because it's an easy one for me. And then at the top of my notebook, I write down the chords. The last thing I write, unless I really have a really strong idea, is I write a title at the end because I come up with lyrics on the way. And so I write in the top right corner the chords that I like to use, and then I start with a verse, obviously, and then I just write verse. That way, if I send this to someone, because sometimes you can't really tell what I'm saying in my music, I like to send this to people if I write a song, especially for them. And so they know what's a verse and they know what's a chorus, because sometimes my dynamics aren't the best. But I like to play around with the chords a little bit more, and then see how they sound to me. And depending on how they sound is how I write the song. So lately, I've been really thinking about like my future, what's coming next. I'm in my first year of college. First semester is about to end. About to go on Thanksgiving break, which is fun. And so I've been really thinking about my future, what comes next, what my point in life is. And so if I use that key, like motive of it, I can figure something out. I know in my future, I expect to be married, maybe have some kids. So out a melody, sometimes I'm able to figure it out a little bit better there. Because some people write lyrics and then they write the melody. I tend to write the melody first, and then the lyrics come a little bit easier after that. So if you think of a I wish I could see what comes next in life for me. I got my first line. Okay, so then we write down. So when I write down the lyrics of a song that I'm going to play, I write it down in the way that I hear the chords. And so if the way I play a chord is kind of one line, then I'll write it all in one line, because I don't put the chords above the word like you see sometimes when people have like chord progressions that they find online when they want to play a song. But if you look, so the lyric that I just sang, it has more of a pause in the middle, and so I write the first line, which I'll use the first two chords, E and A for, and then I write the second line, which I'll use the next two chords, C and B. And so I'm just going to write this song really quick. Alrighty, so I finished writing the song. It's been about 10 minutes or so. What I normally do is I'll write, so I'll just do a really quick overview of what I just did. So the first verse, and it's totally okay if you change the melody halfway through, because sometimes the lyrics that really hit don't work with the melody that you first thought, and that's okay. I wish that I could see what comes next in life for me, but if I were to know, I don't know if I'd believe if I were to see the timeline. I don't know if I would mind. I would try to make it okay. So that's the first verse into the first chorus, but if you were to look at my notes, it doesn't look like that. And so this is where your creative judgment comes in. So with my notes, you have the verse, the chorus, and the other verse. I thought about doing a bridge, but most of the time my songs are really long, and so when I do a bridge, it moves from about 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and so I decided for this song in particular, I just won't add a bridge in. And then when I wrote that chorus, I realized Timeline's a really, really catchy title for a song. And so what I'm going to do is the first verse, I keep kind of mellow, I keep kind of low. And then sometimes I only do half the chorus instead of the full chorus. That way the next chorus is even more. And that's what happens in a lot of different worship songs. You have about half or a third of the chorus And then you do the second verse or the third verse, however long the song is. You do the third verse or the second verse, and then you do a big chorus. And so it makes it to where there's a little bit more dynamics in the song, and it keeps it to where it's not just saying the same thing over and over again, which is sometimes great. Sometimes it is very good to say the same thing over and over again. Like the song "Is He Worthy?" He is worthy, but we say it over and over. It's a good reminder. But with this song, these lyrics, it just feels like the song keeps going and going if I were to make it that long of a chorus every single time I were to sing it. And so what I'm going to do for you during this instructional video is I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to put the song at the end of this video. And then if you guys like it, I'll post it as a separate song. And then also, if you like my songs, sadly, I do not have anything posted on Spotify. It costs money to do that, and I am broke because I'm a fresh college student. But if you would like to listen to my music outside of just YouTube videos, if you get YouTube Music, you're able to make a playlist with all my songs on it, and so that might be really what you need sometimes, and that'd be great. I love how God is using me to glorify Him in the music that I write about Him. Anyways, so what I do for this song, I'm going to do the full verse, half the chorus, then get into verse 2, then do half the chorus quiet, big other half of the chorus, and then depending on how I'm feeling, I might do a whole nother chorus, and then at the very end, I look at all my writings and see whatever line I like the best, and I end it on that line. So I will now show you what this song ended up sounding like. That I could see what comes next in life for me, but if I were to know, I don't know if I'd believe. Picket fences, or when I see my future husband playing with my future kids, where our faith grows really thin. That's when I know I need to look try to make it picket fence. My faith starts to grow real thin. That's when I realize that